It may take days to clean up. Just look at our storm damage. Trees down.
Went down, and I just feel the tree going down exactly to my head.
Crews are working overtime to restore power.
And all of a sudden, the telephone pole flies right in front of us.
The winds topped out at 60 miles an hour. Rain continues to pour down on the valley, snow slamming the Sierra, and all of it not over yet.
And you can certainly see on the radar behind us, this storm is still going strong.
One of the big concerns, of course, is the water levels out there. John Loberton.
Don't have any eyes, and Stockton residents have to be so fearful for their safety these days. Take a look. Those shootings happened in Stockton's Lakeview district. Take a look at the map showing all the crimes in that area, and we're talking, you guys, just the past 7 days. The pink marks are shootings, not counting last night's. The people markers indicate theft, robberies, or burglaries. The fists mark assaults. In all, 14 incidents in that small part of Stockton. Again, just 7 days. Oh my gosh, imagine seeing and hearing killer bees like those heading right toward you. We now know it was killer bees just like that attacked a 70-year-old Modesto man. He was out walking his dogs, and those bees were relentless. He was stung more than 50 times. Tiana McLeod.
Sides now. Get down. Hands up to your sides. Get down on your belly now. Don't move.
Just look at that, a Fox 40 camera there as guns are drawn on a possible double murder suspect. The suspect description fit, and the white van was similar to the one broadcast in a statewide alert. It turned out to be a false alarm, which means the killer is still on the loose in Fairfield right now. A massive explosion at a nuclear power plant in Japan, now triggering fears of a radiation leak that could make its way to California. Nearly 200,000 people near that plant in Japan have been told to get out of their homes immediately. The death toll from the 8.9 quake and tsunami is now in the hundreds, and the fear is it could go into the thousands. That earthquake, the biggest in the country's recorded history, and today powerful aftershocks continue to hit. Results of that quake felt right here at home. With powerful waves washing away boats and even killing one man. Good evening. Let's start with the new and grave threat in Japan. The folks there waking up to the possibility of a nuclear meltdown. Some are suggesting it is now underway. Oh, you know it. Crews working around the clock to put out a 400-acre fire, 25 hours and counting. Crews don't think it'll be completely contained until tomorrow. Good evening. I'm Terry Cox. Now, this fire is burning near Yuba County in the town of Smartsville. That's about 60 miles northeast of Sacramento. Out live now to Andrea Borba. Andrea, how's it look? All right, you can certainly understand all of that. Thank you, Ro. Any threat against the president, direct or indirect, is investigated, as Ro just showed us. President Obama gets about 3,000 death threats a year. That's a 400% increase over George W. Bush, and on average about 57 threats a week. And those are just the ones the Secret Service knows about. Most threats are kept under wraps to prevent copycats, and the threats are not always credible.
Over where to place Loren Herzog has been a mess since his parole was announced this summer. He was supposed to be released here in San Joaquin County. There was talk of releasing him up here in Tehama County, and right now he is up in Lassen County on the grounds of High Desert State Prison. But the county there, they have appealed that decision and won. That decision again is being appealed now by the Board of Corrections. It's all up in the air about exactly where Loren Herzog will finally end up.
Let's talk about what we know so far. Tuesday at 4 o'clock, Giuliani's grandmother told police Jose Rodriguez, her daughter's ex-boyfriend, grabbed Giuliani and took off. On Wednesday, crews searched the Delta Mendota Canal. A migrant worker told cops he saw a car with a man and a boy inside go into the water. Crews recovered a car. Turned out it was stolen. On Thursday, crews pulled a second car from the canal just feet from where the first was found. Then yesterday, a third stolen car was pulled out, and last night a fourth car. None of them the silver 2003 Toyota Corolla deputies are looking for. Today, the search of the canal called off for the weekend, but crews could go back into the water on Monday. And here's another look at the 4-year-old Giuliani and the man deputies are looking for. Giuliani Cardenas was last seen wearing dark pants and a light blue shirt. Jose Rodriguez, he is 27 years old. He was last seen driving a silver Toyota Corolla, the license plate number 6HBW445.
Homes flattened, hundreds of thousands of people evacuated. All that damage caused by the big one, but we're not talking about a major earthquake.
Scientists now say a superstorm could devastate the valley. And Mark Dembski, that could cause 3 times the damage as an earthquake.
Yeah, I think anyone who has lived here, right, since the late 90s certainly will remember these images of the major flooding in the valley. Guess what? That is nothing compared to what the U.S. Geological Survey showed me today about what they are calling an arc storm. Now, according to the USGS, California is due for not just one, but 2 of these storms back to back. Yeah, it has actually happened before. And believe it or not, it could leave the valley under 10 feet of standing water.
Backup plan. Rain took center stage instead of high school graduates last night in Dixon, and wow, our family's striking mad. Andrea Borba live now. Andrea, let's have it. A 15-year-old Sacramento boy shot and killed in cold blood, his killer on the loose. You'll hear from the woman who tried to save him. A dramatic, life-saving dog rescue in Sacramento County. You'll see this video only on Fox 40. We're going to tell you how this pup is doing after his owner's home caught on fire. And another storm slamming Northern California. How long this wave is expected to last. The news starts right now. Since the big 3 automakers are making a comeback year over year, Ford's U.S. sales jumped 19% in October. GM was up 4%. Chrysler, a 37% increase. Rick Boone is live at the Sacramento International Auto Show. So, Rick, are people ponying up? She was 27 years old. You know, some people are calling 27 a curse for musicians. Kurt Cobain, Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix, Jim Morrison, Brian Jones, Robert Johnson, all popular rockers, all dead at the age of 27. All right, to recap, 3 reactors are still heating up uncontrollably at this hour. The tsunami took out the cooling equipment, and plant workers are now pumping in seawater to cool down the fuel rods. They are releasing steam, which has contained radiation based on the elements detected in the air. Some uranium fuel may have already melted down. On the 7-point scale of nuclear disasters, with Chernobyl being the worst, this incident is now rated a 4, just 1 notch below 3 Mile Island, and it is not over yet. Let's talk about the crazy, huge aftershocks in Japan. Take a look at where they are hitting, because they are not letting up, and they are rattling the already shaken residents, and now they are rattling the nerves of relief workers. The largest aftershock hit just a couple of hours ago, a magnitude 7.9. The aftershocks are hitting at a surprisingly regular pace. 19 of them have been stronger than 6.0, and some experts say the aftershocks could go on for years. Now, we want to give you some perspective of just how much damage this earthquake caused. Take a look at this video. This is a city on the eastern edge of Japan. On the left, you can see what that land looked like before the quake and the tsunami. On the right, a whole different picture. The entire city in ruins. This isn't very far from the epicenter of the quake. About 9,500 people in that town unaccounted for right now. That's about half the city's population. The effects of this quake being felt right here in Northern California. Now take a look at this video of a boat owner running for his life in Santa Cruz. This was yesterday, but we're just getting the video in. You see a massive wave sweep over, knocking the boats around. You can imagine the impact if that man had stayed on that bridge. Andrea Borba live in Santa Cruz right now. Andrea, you got a closer look at all that damage. Tell us about it. Thank you, Chris. We're going to take a look at some fast facts on the Sikh religion. There are about 18 million people who practice Sikhism worldwide. The term Sikh comes from the Sanskrit word for learner. The religion originated in Punjab. It's the region northwestern India. Many Sikh men wear turbans because they are supposed to keep their hair natural and uncut. And Sikhism is known as the religion of the householder, putting major emphasis on family and moral purity.
Rancho Cordova police say someone ripped off the front door of a Walgreens on Sunrise Road near Herodian Drive. The suspect got away in a light-colored car.
Sacramento police are investigating a deadly carjacking. A couple got into their car in Natomas early on Sunday morning. Yesterday morning, 2 people were hiding in the back seat. They shot and killed the man, and they forced the woman to drive them 4 miles. Now, she was not seriously hurt, but police have no suspect information at all in this crime. And the longtime leader of North Korea has died. Kim Jong-il was believed to have had diabetes and heart disease. He's believed to have had a stroke a couple of years ago. Back in September of last year, he revealed that his third son, Kim Jong-un, would be his successor.
The man who fell off the I Street Bridge is speaking out tonight about the unthinkable event. The 19-year-old was just trying to cross the bridge when he fell into the gap and died. We'll get with Chris Bill in just a moment, but first I want to give you an idea of exactly what happened that night. This is the I Street Bridge that Jonathan was walking along. This is the gap we're talking about, and this is the roadway he was trying to get to. Well, what pretty much happened as he jumped through here, he didn't know this gap was so big, and he fell 30 feet to his death.
Those strong overnight winds knocked down a lot of trees. Watch this scene that played out at 16th and J Streets in Midtown Sacramento. Our crew was there checking out this tree that fell on top of a car and injured a woman. She was raced off to the hospital. Now take a look at what happened in Fair Oaks. This tree crashed down at Fair Oaks Boulevard and Garfield Avenue, blocking all lanes of the road. No one was hurt there. Then early this morning in Davis, a tree crashed down and into a business at 3rd and C Streets. Andrea Borba has more on that.
Coming up on Fox 40 News. Filled with filth? Why parents say this popular MTV show is more than just dirty, it's downright disgusting.
Fighting obesity, one store at a time. What Walmart is doing to roll back on unhealthy foods.
And you won't believe what this family says the little girl's own teacher did to her.
I couldn't breathe very good.
I was shocked. I was in disbelief.
A lesson for every parent.
We're back with more news in 1 minute.